I think I've told you this story, but anyway, I read it here. So, stories of Reb Zusha. This is one of my favorite stories, period. Never mind of Reb Zusha. So Reb Zusha told me, the me is by Glukowski. He told me, related to me about the Farbrengen of the celebrated Mashpia, Reb Shlomo Chaim, Olav Shalom Kesselman. He was a long-time Mashpia in Russia, and then later the May Mashpia Kvar Chabad, and he much beloved Mashpia of many Chassidim today, including as Chaim well knows, Rabbi Kaplan, unbelievable Kaplan here in Montreal. So there was many Talmidim that he nurtured and was mashpia and was much beloved. And he was a master mashpia that really cared about the Talmidim. So Reb Zusha is saying like this, that the Farbrengen of Reb Shlomo Chaim, Yites Kislev and Yud, he says they were unique in the atmosphere, the whole scene, the whole manner of the Farbrengen. And he says many Talmidim from other yeshivas used to come to Kvar Chabad to his Farbrengen, and a number of them became Chassidim. So today's Rosh Yeshivas and others became Chassidim through the ashpah of ended up coming to Kvar Chabad, coming once to a Farbrengen of Shlomo Chaim. He would explain concepts of Chassidus with a unique chayis, and the listeners were completely tfusim, completely taken literally by his words. This actually might fit in with what we just learned. It's unbelievable. That's Rachel brought us to the stories that we often see. Okay, let's continue the story. So the Zusha just mentions in passing to Rabbi Glukowski that he used to sit by these Farbrengen from the beginning to the end, which often went till 5 o'clock in the morning. So Zusha said to Mendel Glukowski, Reb Shlomo Chaim spoke all night about Ava v'Yireh. And I sat, and I'm thinking how to broaden the Melucha. The Melucha was Reb Zusha's terminology for the Rebbe's work. He referred to the Rebbe always as the Melech, many stories as we will share with you. And the work was to broaden the Melucha. And he was a soldier on the front line 24/7. So that's what he says to the Reb Mendel. Shlomo Chaim Farbrengen met Ava v'Yireh, and I'm sitting and thinking he was in charge of many of the Moishe. The first one was the Reshes Ala Yosef Yitzchak, was a network of like afternoon schools and schools that taught Yiddishkeit to Israeli children throughout the length and breadth of Israel. I think that was under him. But in general, how to expand the work of Lubavitch, Net Yisrael, and beyond. Certainly Net Yisrael. So I asked him, says Reb Mendel, since you weren't listening to what he was saying, because you were thinking about Harchavas HaMelucha, so why did you sit by the Farbrengen? You could have sat at home and planned, and all of his plans, and what I'm looking for is plans and ideas to broaden, to expand the Melucha. So why'd you have to come to the Farbrengen? The Zusha answered in his typical, this is so beautiful, I'll say it in Yiddish and I'll translate. I, Mendel, was verstehst du nicht? Expression in Yiddish. I says, like, why don't you understand? As wir sitzen in der Wirre von Ava v'Yireh, es tracht sich gar anders wie zu machen sein, die Melucha forever. What don't you understand? He said to him. When you sit in an atmosphere where they're talking about love of God, Ava v'Yireh, then the thinking is on a completely different level of how to expand the Melucha, the Shlichus of the Rebbe. Mamish, I don't have time now, but this is a good motion for the whole Mai we just learned. This last good. But
basically,
so tomorrow
Zusha was saying. So basically, Zusha was saying that he's really was a chassid of Mendel Futterfas, the next mashpia, because that was his whole mental from the get-go.
But he came to the Farbrengen there. He came to listen to Shemachai. What he's saying is that the whole Maila of the Rashishi, which he embodied, the whole Maila of Ava V'Yira, this is Zoh. The ultimate Maila at the end is the Melucha. But you got to be connected to that. You got to have the Ava V'Yira. But that whole Hashpah of Ava V'Yira, ultimately, he's taking it to the next level. But you got to be there. Is why the Hashpah? Because of the Maila of the Melucha. Mamish learning the Maila here. Stam to speak words. Stam to say words and imitate somebody else's words. Imitate a parrot could do that. That's what the Maila of the Melucha of Dibur. It's the whole Maila of the Rebbe's Melucha is that brings the Deir Hashishi, the Ava and Yira to the world. Elikus, Chassidus. This is the true marriage of Deir Hashishi and Deir Hashvi, or the true marriage of true Hashpah. The Hashpah is mitzad what? These has to be Hashpah. Ava v'Yira Chassidus. What are we bringing there? But you got to bring it there mitzad what? Mitzad the Kavanah Elyoina. Not the Kavanah Elyoina is Dira b'Tachtoina, which is that's what Zush is thinking. But what's he bringing to the Tachten? He's bringing the Ava v'Yira, the Likus. Whereas if he'd be sitting at home, it'd be dry, technical, dibur, words. Here it's suffused. The words are suffused with Ava v'Yira. With that really, and that's what unlocks, if it's all mitzad the Melucha, he's actually elevating the Farbrengen. That unlocks in the Ava v'Yira, the Atzmizdike Kavanah of it all. So when you bring in Chassidus and to the Melucha, to the secular Israeli year, to the world, to the Tachten, that is when the Ava v'Yira and Chassidus has its ultimate gilur, and that's the Kavanah of this Farbrengen, to produce shluchim, to inspire shluchim, or he's sitting there doing it. Get the idea that we're saying? Yesh lahayrich a little bit, but Hashgacha Pratis, the story, expresses what we're saying.
Shkayach.
But again, so it's not just the dry Maisa. The Maisa got to be suffused with Ava and Yira. And it's a different level of Ava v'Yira. It's an Atzmizdike Ava v'Yira. It's an Ava v'Yira because the Eibishter wants Ava v'Yira, not because I love and I'm in awe of God. But he wants my love and he wants my awe. That's what Zush is bringing to this Farbrengen. Okay, we continue Beis Hashem tomorrow.
Bye.
Who's that? That's Chaim.
Chaim and Miriam.
And I didn't see and Miriam too. Good morning, Miriam. Good morning, Chaim. You learned Torah this morning. You learned Chassidus.
Bright and early.
Right, no. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day. It's Bye.
God bless you, Rabbi. All the very best to you.
You brought up, Michelle. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Rabbi. You should be blessed.
Amen.
Good to be back. Thank you so much. All of you, all of the very best.
Bye.